Hey, how's it going, guys? It is Lazy C here, back with another video. Hope you are all doing well, and today I'm bringing you 5 tips and tricks you can use in a new sort of exploring horror game which I'm really enjoying right now, called Phasmophobia. So if you do enjoy the video, please do give it a like and subscribe if you want more, and enjoy the video. Okay, also tip number 1 is utilizing the van and all its resources. So what you'll notice at the start of the game is that you've got a board with a description of the ghost, or as much as they can give you, plus 4 objectives. You'll have your gear rack, and you'll also have a floor plan, a sanity level, and an EMF reader chart. Now, one common mistake I see is a lot of people overlook some of the tools in the van and don't use them. They can all be used very well. For example, leaving the EMF in the room where you think the ghost could potentially be, or you've seen a lot of paranormal activity, and coming back to the van to check maybe the objectives again, and you'll see it spiking on the chart. Also using the floor plan for things such as locating the power, so you don't have to walk around everywhere and just go mumbo jumbo. Okay, so tip number 2 is utilizing the video camera. So it sort of ties in with tip number 1 a little bit, but in my opinion, the video camera is one of the most useful pieces of equipment in the game, bar like the EMF reader. And this is because you can buy a couple of them once you've done a couple missions, and they are really useful for placing around in either big rooms. So on the farmhouse, you can place them down in the kitchen, as shown in the video above, or you can place them down in the lounge or big areas, or if you don't know where the spirit is, I say spirit, it's ghost, and it's really useful. You can go back on into the van and have a look on the cameras, safe from danger, and on it you can gather a piece of evidence, the orb one, so it does that for you, and it's really useful just to have an extra set of eyes. And I'd suggest if you're playing with 4 players, maybe you could leave one of them in the van to monitor cams. I usually roll with around 3 or 4 in the team, and then we can place them anywhere across the map, and they are really useful. Okay, so tip number 3 involves using the ghost entry guide. Now this is an absolutely fantastic piece of kit, and new players, especially new players, may not realise it. And I didn't even use it until like my 3rd or 4th game in, didn't even know it was a thing. But this is fantastic. Paired with a little bit of common sense, this is probably one of the most important things. It's a comprehensive guide and sort of information booklet about each kind of ghost, and it's a logging area, so any photos you take will appear in here and get logged as evidence. And also, whenever you find a piece of evidence, as shown on the screen above, you can log in each piece of evidence. There's 3 pieces of evidence. You can log in each one you find. Let's say you find EMF level 5, you see a ghost orb, and you get freezing temperatures. You log them in, and it narrows it down to which ghosts it can be. Although be warned though, without a little bit of common sense, this thing can go terribly wrong, and you can end up just picking the wrong ghost and completely fucking up the entire mission. Alright, now tip number 4 sounds so simple, but it is so effective, and it is working with your team. Depending on how many members you've got, whether it's 2, 3 or 4, obviously this won't apply to solo people, but would I ever play this game solo? No. But it's using all of your guys' common sense and knowledge of the map, the game, the ghost so far, anything can be put together. So you need to know who's placed cams where, who's explored what room. Did one of your teammates see lights flickering here? Did one of your teammates see a ghost? So you all need to be talking and communicating, and that way it will make the game a lot easier, and then you're bound to win a mission if all of you are playing your role. Okay, finally, tip number 5, yet again, is going to sound so simple, but it is going to be so effective in helping you win each mission, and it is what I would call playing smart. Now, what I mean by this is in terms of, so this touches a little bit on all the other tips, in terms of so knowing where the power is. So if the ghost turns off the power, you know exactly where to go, and you're not, fucking about around the map trying to find it. It's also just playing smart in terms of how many lights you have on and off, because if you turn a lot of lights on, the ghost will have a tendency to just cut out the power, and then it's just a pain in the ass to go turn it back on. It can also be anything else, ranging from actually using the cams once you've placed them, common sense like that, noticing where patterns are, i.e. if lights are flickering in one room, but then there's also stuff being knocked off in that room, then you know that's probably the ghost's room, or maybe you want to lay salt on the floor, you want to put a cam in there, stuff like that, things which are going to make the mission so much easier and allow you to complete all 4 tasks and find out which ghost it is. Okay, so that wraps it up for this 5 tips and tricks videos for a brand new horror and adventure sort of strategy game, which I'm absolutely loving right now, called Phasmophobia. Do pick it up on the Steam store whilst it's cheap. It's only £9 and it's rapidly growing in popularity. For example, I joined the official Reddit page for it last night. It had 50 members when I joined. I checked this morning, it's on 135. This game is growing and it is going to blow up, and it's absolutely fantastic job by the developers for absolutely nailing this game, because I absolutely love it. So if you did enjoy this video and want to see more of Phasmophobia, please do give it a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about the game or want any other tips and advice, do drop a comment or something and I'll try to advise you as best I can. But thank you guys ever so much for watching. It has been Lazy C, and I'll see you later.